Welcome back to the Basement Integrity Podcast by IcyReno.
It's good to be back.
Last time, we laid some really crucial groundwork. We dove into the strategies for future-proofing your basement.
Yeah, big picture stuff. External grading, membranes, the whole waterproofing concept.
Exactly. But strategy, as we know, only gets you so far if you don't have the right tools to actually get it done.
That's right. Over our 14 years, we've seen it countless times in Toronto, Etobicoke, you name it. A homeowner has the right idea, but they're using the wrong equipment.
So today we're shifting gears. The mission for this deep dive is to give you a shortcut, a way to be really well informed about the products themselves.
The essentials. The things that have to work together to keep a space dry and healthy.
We're cutting through all the noise online, and we're going to focus on what we call the big three pillars of effective moisture control.
We're talking sump pumps, dehumidifiers, and crack repair tools. It's like a defense in-depth system.
Okay, let's unpack this. Pillar number one. The first line of defense against groundwater has to be the sump pump.
Absolutely, especially in the GTA. With our heady rains and changing water tables, they're basically a non-negotiable insurance policy.
Their job is pretty simple, right? Just get water out of that sump basin before it floods the basement.
Simple, but so critical. It stops the flood, prevents that long-term structural damage, and keeps mold from getting a foothold.
So when our clients are looking at an install, we usually talk about two main options. You've got the pedestal and the submersible.
Right.
What's the real difference there? How does a homeowner choose?
You know, it really comes down to a trade-off between convenience and quietness.
Okay.
The pedestal pump keeps its motor up above the basin. It's out in the open.
Which means it's easier to get to for maintenance.
Much easier to service. You don't have to reach down into a mucky pit. But that exposed motor means they are noticeably louder when they kick on.
So easy maintenance, but you have to live with the noise.
Exactly. And then you have the submersible pump, which is installed right inside the basin. It's fully encased.
So it's submerged in the water.
Right. And because of that, they run so much quieter. Plus, the water helps keep the motor cool, which, can often extend its life.
But doesn't that make it a huge pain to service if something goes wrong? I mean, it's at the bottom of a pit.
That's a great question, and it's why the quality of the pump you choose matters so much. With a high-quality submersible, like, say, the Zoller M53 Mighty Mate, we recommend it a lot for its cast iron housing, you're buying durability.
So you're trading that easy access for just better, quieter performance.
Precisely. And for a finished basement, that reduced noise is a massive deal. The risk-reward just about always favors the quiet, durable unit.
One of the biggest risks in the GTA isn't just a storm. It's a storm that knocks the power out.
And that's the critical piece. A sump pump with no battery backup is really only half a solution for our area.
Right.
We always advise having dual protection. That means either a second battery-operated pump or a primary one with a built-in backup.
So if the power goes, the backup just kicks in.
It kicks in immediately, gives you hours of protection. That redundancy is what actually future-proofs the system.
So once it's installed, what are the maintenance checks people always seem to forget?
People tend to set it and forget it, and that's a huge mistake. First, you have to check for debris, silt, little rocks. They can clog the intake and kill the pump.
Okay.
Second, test the float switch. Just pour a bucket of water in the basin, make sure it kicks on like it should.
And the third one, which seems so obvious, is the discharge line.
Absolutely. You have to make sure that line is clear and it's directing water well away from your foundation.
Not just a few feet away.
No. If it just cascades back down your foundation wall, you've defeated the whole purpose.
Okay, that covers getting the actual water out. But what about the moisture that's just in the air, that damp feeling?
And this is where it gets really interesting. That brings us to our second pillar, dehumidifier.
Key to air quality.
Full stop. Sump pumps handle liquid water. Dehumidifiers handle water vapor. If your humidity is too high, you're just creating an open invitation for mold, for dust mites, for that musty smell.
We see portable units, whole house units, and even specific ones for crawl spaces. It can get confusing.
And they each serve a very distinct purpose. The portable units, like a 70-pint model, are great for flexibility.
For a specific room, maybe?
Yeah, for a smaller area, or maybe just during the really humid summer months. But they do require constant maintenance.
You mean emptying that bucket?
Emptying that bucket. We see homeowners get tired of it all the time.
So if the whole basement is the problem?
Then you need a whole house unit. Something like the Aprilaire 1830 Pro. It connects right to your HVAC system and manages moisture everywhere seamlessly.
A set-it-and-forget-it solution.
Pretty much. It's a professional install, but it gives you stable, large-scale control. And then you have the really tough spots.
The crossface.
Exactly. Crawlspace units, like an IcyReno Sentinel, are built differently. They're designed to work in colder, tighter, difficult areas where air just doesn't circulate well.
So what's the magic number we're aiming for with humidity?
We always aim for a consistent level between 40 and 50%.
Why that range specifically?
Because once you creep up above 60%, that's the threshold where mold spores become really, really active. If you keep it in that 40-50 range, you just drastically reduce your risk.
And I guess that all comes back to picking a unit with the right capacity for your square footage.
Capacity is key. And energy efficiency. You want an Energy Star rated unit because these things can run a lot. It adds up on the bill.
So we've managed the water on the floor with pumps and the moisture in the air with dehumidifiers.
Right.
But none of that matters if there's a literal hole in your foundation.
You're still trying to fix a hole in the boat. Which brings us to our final pillar, crack repair tools.
These aren't just for looks.
Not at all. Cracks are direct portals for water. Sealing them reinforces the structure and stops water from ever getting in.
And the materials we use here are pretty high-tech. This isn't just regular wall spackle.
No, we're talking about high-performance chemistry. If you have an active leak, water is seeping through as you're looking at it.
An emergency?
It's an emergency. You need hydraulic cement. A product like DRY Loco, it sets in like 3 to 5 minutes. And the key is it actually expands as it cures.
Oh, wow. So it pushes into the crack?
It pushes out and creates an incredibly tight, immediate, watertight seal.
Okay, but what about the more common cracks? The ones that aren't leaking right now, but you know they will be.
For those, you want flexible sealants, either epoxy or polyurethane. And this is where, understanding the GTA's climate is so important.
The freeze-thaw cycles.
The freeze-thaw cycles and our expansive clay soil. It means our foundations are always shifting just a tiny bit.
A rigid repair would just crack again.
It would eventually crack again. That's why we need flexibility. We use products like Sikaflex CrackFlex Sealant. It creates a sort of rubberized joint that can move with the house without breaking the seal.
So the repair actually lasts?
It lasts years, not months. But the most important piece of advice for any crack repair is prep work.
Cleaning the area first.
Thoroughly. If you apply these amazing products over loose dirt or flaking concrete, the repair will fail, period. You have to wire brush it, vacuum it out, and follow the instructions.
So when we put these three pillars together, pumps, dehumidifiers, and crack repair, what's the big picture?
The big picture is an integrated, layered approach. The crack repair stops most of the water. The pump is the insurance for what still gets through. And the dehumidifier manages all the ambient moisture that's left over. It's a system.
Which brings up the big question. When should a homeowner try to do this themselves, and when should they call us?
That's a crucial distinction. We encourage DIY where it makes sense. A small, portable dehumidifier, a minor, non-structural crack. An informed homeowner can definitely handle that.
But the risks can get pretty high.
They can. The threshold for calling a pro is if a crack is wider than a 1/4 inch, or if you see that white, powdery stuff on the wall, efflorescence, that means chronic water movement.
And any major installations, I assume?
For sure. Installing a new sump pump system or integrating a whole house dehumidifier, that requires real expertise to make sure it works safely and correctly.
That's what we specialize in at IcyReno.
Absolutely. We've been trusted contractors since 2009, working specifically in Toronto, Etobicoke, and Scarborough. We understand the soil here, the water pressure issues, and how to make these products work together as a single, unified system.
So let's leave our listener with one final thought to take away from this.
Okay. Beyond just picking the right products, think about this. How does scheduling routine inspections and just monitoring your system connect to protecting your property's long-term value and, more importantly, your family's health? It's not about installing the best tools just once. It's about making sure that whole layered system is running optimally year after year. That's the real mastery of moisture control.
That's an excellent point. If you are at all unsure about what combination of products your home needs, we offer a free consultation. You don't have to guess.
Give us a call. We can assess your home's needs and recommend the best integrated plan for you based on our years of Toronto-specific experience.
Call us at 647-454-6670 to learn more about our services. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into basement integrity.